Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic dino action. A little bit later than I was hoping for, but I was cooking my own meals. Usually, well, sometimes I do that. I'm pretty good. However, my wife bought me pre-packaged meal kits. Took a little bit longer. I kind of combined a bunch of them. Worked out all right. But yeah, it was quite tasty. 5 Ways, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. Hopefully all you guys watching right now or later on are doing well as possible. Hopefully tonight goes well, but as always, I love playing dinos. It's going to be good. Oh yes. Very, very tasty stuffed Cajun broiled shrimp, garlic butter fettuccine with Brussels sprouts and caramelized onions. It wasn't the actual recipe. I just kind of did it all at once because I was hungry, and I ate about 4 people's worth for myself. No leftovers. Man, it was good. But yes, nice new additions tonight. Do they take dinos? Of course they take dinos. Oh yeah, man, lovely garlic puree mixed in with the butter and the fettuccine, fresh fettuccine noodles. Oh, man, could be a chef. Although I'm cooking up some fantastic games and matches tonight, and certainly Skysovereign is going to do that. Topiary Stomper, of course. If we don't have 7 lands, I'd always love to highlight this. We still get to use it. We can fight with it with fight spells, lovely. Or we can crew vehicles, which I have done a little bit in the past, and Skysovereign certainly is going to be amazing, stunning, fantastic here when we crew it or when it enters or attacks. Deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. So we got a little bit of removal there. Lovely. Vivian Arcbow Ranger, a re-edition. Mainly I wanted her to make things bigger, make Skysovereign bigger. Excuse me. We crew Skysovereign in our first main phase. We used Vivian to put the counters on Skysovereign. Oh, I ate too fast. Heartburn, a little bit. Not really heartburn. I just ate too fast. But yes, Vivian makes Skysovereign bigger, an 8/7. Xenagos still in here, of course. Doubling that, making it 16 damage flying. Maybe it gets to 18, 20. Possibly the opponent is dead after that, but especially with this entering the first turn, it deals 3 damage. That's lovely. But we're also going to crew it, and then Xenagos can also give it haste that first turn as well to attack, deal 6 damage total. Maybe spread out between 2 creatures, but if we want to take out Shieldred, of course we certainly could do that. Enters, attacks that same turn. Love it. Oh. Oh, yeah, hey, that would be a fantastic bedsheet. A JDX, I don't know. You can make a bedsheet out of any art. There are websites that do that. You just input the image. So perhaps that's going to be, a future Christmas gift to yourself. That'd be pretty good. If you can find a high enough resolution art. Vivian Arcbow Ranger bedsheets. Ooh, pillowcases. Everything. Pajamas. Oh. Yes. 5 Ways. I do think it is interesting. Certainly Vivian, of course, make things bigger, take out things, so more removal with the -3 and the -5. We don't have too many creatures in the sideboard. Ancient Imperiosaur, unfortunately. I'm going to try it out in there. It's not as safe as Carnage Tyrant or Tyrranax Rex. Both are hard to deal with for the opponent. But if it is safe to do so, after we've done the +1, Vivian enters, she's at 5. It comes around to our turn again. We go -5. We grab Ancient Imperiosaur, we play him with all the creatures that we have, and that's going to be a lovely thing indeed. So 3, this 7 chances to see interaction, and some of this interaction is going to take out potentially multiple targets. So I think that's a nice package for sure. Good enough. Oh, a body pillow, yes. Body pillow, bed sheets, pajamas, socks, maybe a nightcap or something. British. But yes, other than that, nothing too crazy. The big scary dinos are making a return. Yes, absolutely. That's how it's going to be. Nothing fancy here tonight, with the lands especially. Back to that single mountain in the 5 forest. I'm not going to get messed up as much as I did last night. If you guys didn't see it, check it out. I forgot to add the pop-up link on last night, so hopefully I remember to do that tonight. But this is going to be good. Last night though was very painful multiple times. There was no basic land for Topiary to grab. The second copy of it, I think I played a third copy, and it is really painful when that happens. So this is definitely going to be better, and the sources of red are upped just a touch, because it was a little bit rough last night, as I was suspecting. We have 5, 6, 7, 9, 13. I believe last night was 11 potential sources of red, which is very important for Huntmaster and Marauding Raptor. You want to see a source of red by turn 2, and then you don't have to see a source of red, well, a second source of red afterwards, basically. Usually, at least with this list, you never have to use 2 red in a single turn, which is pretty nice. But having to see it early and then not needing quite as much, it's an interesting balance, I must say. Runic Armasaur, very good stuff. Yeah, well, we could take a look at Runic Armasaur, actually, might as well. I've always wanted to use it a little bit. I've considered Runic. Yes, I think we got it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's been interesting. Hopefully your copies weren't too expensive. Perhaps it has creeped up a little bit. I don't think it is too crazy. It's been a long time since I got my copies myself, probably back around when M19 was released, but if you read this, there are a few decks where you could draw a lot of cards whenever an opponent activates an ability of a creature or land that isn't a mana ability. You may draw a card, so this could be nice for Rakdos midrange. Reflection of Kiki Jiki, every time it copies something you would draw a card, but by the time they get to reflection, flipping, being able to copy something, it might be all over at that point, but it still would do something. Man lands, if the man land is doing something other than a mana, you draw. Castle Lock Twain in mono black or Rakdos to tap and draw a card, you draw a card, except you don't lose life. Or Castle Lock Twain, you lose life after you draw that card equal to the cards you have in hand. So this could be quite painful, and it is a may clause right there. It's not you draw a card. So if perhaps you don't want to draw it, if the opponent has Shieldred out and you don't want to lose 2 life, you do have that option, which is quite nice. No, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think it's quite decent. Perhaps that price is propped up with Commander. It's hard to say, but I think it could be a very fantastic sideboard option. And if it doesn't hurt your budget, might be nice to have. It is a very interesting dinosaur indeed. A little bit more card advantage. You sprinkle in perhaps some more card advantage, and well, you're off to the races. Your hand is going to be refilled with gas in no time. You'll be cooking. Okay, there we go. A little bit laggy there, as it tends to be, but back to nature. Well, that's in. As always, destroy those enchantments. Enough said. Clothis, God of Destiny. So, keeping with that devotion theme, fairly easily able to get to 7. Clothis makes sense. Clothis is a creature while it is in our sideboard. So Vivian could grab Clothis if we want a sprinkling of graveyard hate, but I had an extra spot to fill. I wanted to try trimming it to 3 Ancient Imperiosaurs, switching the Ancient Imperiosaur with Tyrranax Rex if it feels safe to do so. But just having another of fun, a good thing. It's not a bad thing to have a little bit of graveyard hate, potentially some ramp. This could be a finisher against an opponent if we keep exiling something and they keep taking 2 at the beginning of each upkeep. Cindervines, though, that's going to help against maybe Indomitable, Creativity, enchantments, decks that play lots of non-creature spells. Basically, if we can land this, and I think there is a very good chance we land it against Creativity, they don't have a lot of stuff that deals with enchantments. It's mainly artifacts and creatures. So as long as it sticks around, maybe they don't realize what we can do, but we can pay 1, sacrifice it. We destroy the artifact, one of the 2 artifacts that they're targeting with Indomitable, Creativity to cheat out whatever it is. The clue, the treasure, it doesn't matter. And along the way, before they do that stuff, they're going to be casting a lot of non-creature spells. So Cindervines already is going to be putting in the work, pinging, chipping away. I think it's going to be nice indeed. Oh, absolutely. Ravnica had some pretty fantastic stuff. Absolutely. Very interesting indeed. And Cindervines, I mean, that could really shut down opponents, especially packaging it with Back to Nature, specifically for enchantments. We are definitely bringing the pain against them. And Brotherhood's End, JDX, I know, and any of you guys watching later on, you see this and 4 copies, Brotherhood's End. Is that too much? It's not like it just does one thing. If we happen to face Azorius artifacts, I don't expect that to be the case, or something with a lot of artifacts, we could just use that mode, take it out. Indomitable Creativity, which I think more often targets artifacts than little creature tokens for its thing. You know, it could be helpful against that, but it helps against such a wide range. Aggro stuff, there's lots of aggro stuff. This helps against all the aggro stuff. There you go. Seems like a no-brainer. I could maybe do 3, but I want to see this thing as much as possible to do the most pain as often as possible against all those low, cheap, aggressive things. So 4 it is. I want to see it more than 3 and just keep it simple, basically. Yes, that laugh. Who uses 4 Brotherhood's Ends? But yeah, Harry Potter dueling. Certainly that seems to be the case. There was one stream, one night, I used that art. It was pretty cool. Of course, it's green and red, which is the Gruul colors, my favorite combination of dinos. But yeah, I worked around all those emotes and the clips. They kind of got unaligned. With OBS, sometimes I click and drag on the webcam to move it around, but sometimes I do click on the emote, wherever it is. So the nut, I fixed the falling nut. Most of the stuff kind of got unorganized. That's what I did last night before I started. That's right. Chippy might be tomorrow night, or maybe tonight. If in the second hour I want to spice it up. Ooh, that's an interesting one. The fries. I definitely think the fries are, well, the fries are better taking up the entire screen. Previously it was just inside the border there, but this really, it's like you're watching on your phone or your TV and it's just filling up everything. The damage is piling up, the French fries are piling up. I don't know why I chose French fries, it just looked kind of cool. Yeah. I'm not hungry, that's for sure, I'm stuffed. Oh, the one who, okay.
I am the one who died.
Alright, yes, playing first, good stuff. Well, looks like a good hand, but yeah, I do forget to use those animations. JDX, you do keep me honest if I forget. Maybe I overuse them. I don't think you can overuse them, because the Pepe laugh. Just that guy's laugh. Oh, it never gets old. What do we got? Sultai ramp potentially. It's not a counter spell. Maybe they have Fatal Push. They're waiting to kill something. We'll go with the safest thing. We'll get ahead, buy one forever. Man, I love it. Should be pretty good. Nuts. We have a play next turn, no matter what. Hopefully it is. Oh, do they have 2 Thought Seizes? I think so. It's very strange. They might have a counter spell. Hopefully that's not the case. I'm going to try to go with Marauding. Let it happen. Let it happen. Or they're going to kill Shifting Ceratops with Go for the Throat or something like that. We'll try and give Shifting... Hey, looks like it's pausing there for a second. Shifting going down. Oh. Odd. Are they going to Extinction Event next turn for 4? That's about all I can say. Oh, well. I don't care about that. Fine by me. They may be dead next turn. They are dead. Okay. That was quick. Oh. Oh. I forgot how long that one was. I sometimes wonder if I use them a little bit too much. I know I don't use them a whole lot, but there you go. That did not go as well. Wouldn't have gone as well if I was using Ancient Imperiosaur, which last night, I'm pretty sure it was Tyrranax Rex, switch with Imperiosaur. So you just start off with very scary stuff. If you're against Mono Green Devotion, I think Ancient Imperiosaur is very good because you get the best chance to make a big attack. That does the trick. Didn't really get a whole good idea of, excuse me, what it is. It's four color. We got plain. Is it 5 color something? I don't know. They do have enchantments. Cinder Vines could be nice. Lots of non-creature things, I would imagine. Let's trim Vivian. I want to bring in Cinder Vines just because I want to use it. Pretty much. Yeah. Let's go with that. I was thinking maybe trimming Xenagos, keeping in that single copy of Galta, but if they have lots of things that kill lots of things, Xenagos, maybe I would want to see it more often at 3 copies, because it is indestructible. That could be very nice. And this hand, I mean, hey, we're starting off tonight very nice. Not having to mulligan once so far. Oh, blow the whistle. Yes. Blow the whistle. Stop this because the opponent is feeling pretty bad. Soul Crushed. Time out. Blow the whistle. Hold up. Do it like some... We'll try for Huntmaster. We'll hope they don't have a Fatal Push. Maybe we can get the hasty shifting. I was thinking maybe Cinder Vines would be nice. What is it? I don't know. 4 color hodgepodge. Your guess is as good as mine. Certainly I want to potentially get to Carnage Tyrant next turn. Getting this land with Topiary Stomper. That would be lovely stuff indeed. We still get to attack with Marauding. They'll draw a card. Solemn Simulacrum. I learned how to say that a long time ago. Solemn Simulacrum has to go at some point. It's going to die when it blocks somebody. Let's get it out of the way. Get them drawing a card, hopefully. I don't know what's going on. Okay. I'll just play this. Cool. Maybe this person just got to Diamond. and they want to try out just a soup, a 4-color soup of white, black, blue, and green. Maybe that's what I'll call it, 4-color soup. Yeah, I like the sounds of that. Don't block Carnage Tyrant. At least we still get shifting if they sweep us next turn, which I think... Emergent Ultimatum, yes, I was thinking it could be something like that. A little bit rough. And they goofed up. They accidentally clicked odd. They misclicked, clearly, because, well, there you go. Math is hard. Words are hard. I've done that certainly before. You get kind of, you're worried, Carnage Tyrant, ooh, I got a thing that can do it. But then you have 2 modes, and something in your brain just misfires, and you think odd is even is odd. Boom. I was thinking about that, Victor. Yeah. At some point, I think that is a very good idea. Ace seems like, pretty cool. Nice creator. Makes some good videos, that's for sure. Maybe call it the Dino Gauntlet. Dino martial arts. Learn to fight. Teeth, everything. Yeah. I'm definitely keeping it in mind. Yeah, if I seem like I forget, though, Victor, I'm sure you'll remind me. That would be nice, though. Grow everything. Grow the audience. Nice collaboration. Huh. Yeah. Not sure what Ace would use. Of course, I would always use dinos. And it would be pretty cool to feature them, because it's not like a whole lot of people see it. Some of you guys play dinos, some of you guys make dinosaur videos, which is very nice to see, but of course they're still quite uncommon. Speaking of common and uncommon, it would be nice to face that Simic Merfolk player again 3 nights in a row. Would be pretty cool, pretty wacky. Sanguine noodles, kind of like I just had tonight. I love narration. Hey, it does the thing. Speaking of S-tier stuff and voice work,
Don't forget to like and subscribe for fantastic, calm dino action.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'd be up for it. Certainly. Oh, we've got mono green. Okay, we'll get there. Jump scared. Hey, okay, well, hopefully you don't unsubscribe because I jump scared you so bad. This is not going to be a good thing. I was thinking maybe this is going to be a little bit too slow. Of course, against mono green, usually that is the case. The Nixos. Yeah, I was thinking of turning that down. I did actually change that sound a little bit. Let me see. See how that is.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for fantastic, calm dino action.
Yeah, that seems like right level. Surprise. There you go. Okay. Well, we got the Topiary Stomper. They have a Nissa who shakes the world. We're not dead yet. We could take out Elvish Mystic next turn with Skysovereign, or, start to chip away against Nissa. Whatever land they make a creature with Nissa, we will be able to take out with Skysovereign, and that could be quite nice indeed. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I would not doubt that it would help me out, without question. That's for sure. Certainly the killer boat. It destroys a lot of us. The Skysovereign brings us pain. Might be nice to take out Karn. Would be nice if Nissa made Nykthos a creature. Actually, that would not be nice because they're going to do their thing. No, we're not dead yet. Cure can still untap a land. Nissa will untap Nykthos, tap it, untap, tap. We might be dead this turn, especially with all their untapping things and shenanigans. I have considered that, yes, absolutely. No, 100%. I would do an analysis. Whatever form that would take, I'd certainly be up for it, Victor. Any sort of variation, any deck, if you want me to look at something that you play, it doesn't have to be Dinos or whatever, yeah. Man, you got a lot of good ideas. You're one of the idea persons, which is quite nice. Sometimes I don't have a whole lot of time to think of that. Just going to take out the land at this point. It is unfortunate that Karn turns off Skysovereign's crewing ability, which I did kind of forget just until it landed. I imagined either way there's not a whole lot we were going to do to buy us time. It is going to be nice to... Never mind, not crew Skysovereign. What am I thinking? Probably should have taken out Karn, come to think of it. Liliana Dinos again, yeah. No, I think you can be good in Magic the Gathering. But, of course, if you're not playing the top thing, or if you haven't found that perfect variation for whatever deck you're playing, perhaps sometimes that can hold you back, or you get a rough batch of games. It can be a mixture of things. But as long as you're having a good time, that is the main thing. Oh, absolutely. It makes it more enjoyable for me. I know, Liliana Dinos, very good. I think Rakdos Dinos, though, JDX, with Liliana, Marauding Raptor, Otepec Huntmaster. I'm going to see what they... Okay. No. Not happening. Not happening. I don't want to prolong the pain. I've faced Mountain Green Devotion enough that, well, we've all faced it, and we may have used it. It's going downhill quick. Karn turning off the crewing ability of Skysovereign, well, it's not too bad. Of course, Skysovereign could enter, we take it out, but maybe I'll keep it. I'm bringing in all the Brotherhoods, and again, because I've used this in the past as sweeper, damage based, it softens up all their stuff, takes out the little things, whatever is left over doesn't have to be dealt a whole lot of damage, and then the rest of that can continue on through to the opponent, and sometimes just the softening up effect of a sweeper like this, that's done the trick. With stuff that has trample, of course. I could have taken Liliana Dinos to the top. I would have got Dinosaurs banned. They would have done a knee-jerk reaction. Marauding Raptor would have got banned. Huntmaster, probably. They would have done Marauding first, and then they would have said, because dinosaurs are such a menace and they have an overall win rate of 76%, we're going to keep our eye on Huntmaster. But for now, we're banning Marauding Raptor because it is just so oppressive. There's nothing the opponents can do. It doesn't matter if they fatal push one, the opponent just seems to play another. For that reason, Marauding Raptor is banned in all formats. You never know. Oh, 100%. Just playing against decks a lot has helped. Just learning them, but yeah, deck techs on decks outside my normal stuff. Talking through it, that sort of thing. I should try that. I don't necessarily have to play them, of course, but I can talk about them and do a reasonable, discussion, deck tech about them. If I've faced them so much, it's not like the game plan is unfamiliar. Heck, most of you guys, you see me at least a few times a night. I'm basically playing the opponent's deck. I say what's going to happen, and then the thing happens. I say what will happen in a few steps, and this, and this, and this, and so yeah, I think that is a good idea. Izzet Indomitable Creativity Deck Tech. How does this deck work? What's the good thing? But what can you do against that specific deck? Also, I think would be quite nice, because people could be having a rough time. Sometimes I have a rough time, and they're looking for that nice sideboard tech, or just a general idea of how to beat the thing. Yeah, I'll try and pressure them with this Marauding Raptor at 6 power. We'll see what they do. Probably trading with Cavalier of Thorns, but that's okay. Yes, JDX. 100%. Oh yeah, you can't win everything. In defeat, you also win because you gain the knowledge and experience. You know what to do in more situations. You become stronger. In defeat, you win. Either way, it's not a total loss. You got to look at the silver lining, and that's about it. Never really gotten too flustered, except a couple times there with that Guy Reach, Sanitarium, Narset Parter of the Veils combo, making me discard each card I draw for the turn. And if I have no cards in hand, I just never draw cards ever again, which that was painful. Rough stuff. Maybe back-to-back Thought Seizes are more annoying than anything, because sometimes I do win against that. In the face of it, they go Thought Seize, Fatal Push, but then they have nothing else. Maybe they don't have lands or creatures, and I stick a nice creature and still get the job done. Eventually getting to Carnage Tyrant and that sort of thing. Oh yeah, no, I absolutely, I did have a high win rate. I will admit, certainly that is a factor. Me playing one way, how much is it holding me back? Potentially a lot. It certainly could be a detriment. I'll certainly admit that. But I have a good time, and I'm going to keep trying it this way. And of course I have those moments and that time to back it up. I know what did work. I could go back and iterate on it, or just fire it up as it was on those previous nights, or just that single night, and bring them down. Take down some people. I mean, look what I'm doing right here. I'm playing dinosaurs basically every single day, all the time, forever. And that's not just, mostly dinos and other stuff. It is just dinos, except for April Fools, of course, which if you guys haven't seen, definitely check it out. That's pretty sweet stuff, but yeah, it's certainly very different. I'm not doing this just because it's different. It's like an added bonus, you could say. I wanted to do something, just one thing, focused. Sprinkle in other games eventually, but start off with this, something that no one else would dare to do. Learn one thing, all the different options, whether or not I'm using the best option for dinos in a particular night, that's another question, of course. But yeah, it seems cool to me. If I like what I'm doing, I'm winning. Trying to. Hopefully we can take them down. It's going to be a wee bit scary. We'll pressure them as much as humanly possible. And they don't have too many creatures. Some of those elves may have to block. Oh, okay. We take out Polychronos, which is quite nice. They get 2 tokens. But we do get to play Huntmaster because Marauding Raptor went down. And that is nice. I don't really care what they grab. Like Topiary Stomper could be rough. They'll get to 6 lands with my Topiary Stomper. Then they might play another forest, getting them to 7 this turn. I don't know, just another Polychronos. Oh, no, it's got to be everybody's journey. Who knows how high I reach it? Of course, every month. Sometimes it's rough. Been rough for a couple months, but maybe it hasn't. Because I've always had a good time. I'm always looking and hoping to get to the highest reaches every month. But it just may not happen. And that's okay. Again, it's not like the stuff I face would be wildly different. Mono Green Devotion would mostly be the same in Diamond, in Gold, Mythic, Platinum. The place would be a little bit tighter, fantastic, and just a few less mistakes in Diamond and Mythic, but for the most part, everything is basically the same. Yes, that is a good... We should talk about Court of Calling after I'm done here tonight. I have not tried it. Now the question becomes, do I want to attack? I don't think so. They're going to gain 8 life. Shifting and Polychronos would trade. Not good. Regis or Alpha? That would be stopped by Elvish Mystic. We would take it out to gain another... Doesn't make sense. We would lose too much. They would gain much more than the damage that we would deal. I don't want to do it. Perhaps maybe if Polychronos was 5 toughness, maybe I just send Shifting in. It would trade with Polychronos or whatever creature that they blocked. Another Topiary Stomper. It is just going to continue to be an uphill battle though. And drawing a card with my own Topiary Stomper that they stole with Portal to Phyrexia. Hopefully we see Ancient Imperiosaur. I'm crossing my fingers. Yeah, Court of Calling, 100%. Brass Knuckles. Oh. Brass Knuckles would do the trick. I think there's the Brass Knuckles artifact equipment in Magic here. Yeah, I imagine that's what you're meaning. Maybe not real Brass Knuckles, because violence is bad. Yeah, something like that. Good stuff, good stuff. I'm happy to hear it, Victor. Hopefully all you guys, well, I would imagine all of you guys watching already appreciate it, whether you say it or not, because you wouldn't be watching otherwise. It's not like I'm going off the handle crazy swearing. You never know what's going to happen. Ooh, exciting. That guy's throwing his keyboard against the wall because he got thought seized on turn 1. Oh, this is intense. Ooh, not so much. We'll hope for Ancient Imperiosaur, but you must appreciate the potential of Ancient Imperiosaur because they don't really interact much at all. Mono Green Devotion. So if we had seen it that previous turn, we would have smoked him. Big time, I think. Tap Huntmasters, the token, Regisaur Alpha as well. Have Ancient Imperiosaur enter with 8 1/1 counters. 14/14. Also attack with Shifting Ceratops, but that's okay. You know what? We'll wait and see if we draw Ancient Imperiosaur next turn. We're definitely dead. I'm just curious at this point if we get it. Okay. I do appreciate all you guys watching, having a chat. Of course, most of you are sleeping, or you can't tune in every night. That's perfectly understandable. I wouldn't expect everybody to watch every single night. That would get a little much. But it's there. When you want, whenever. Over 400 episodes, streams, standalone videos as well, which I'm trying to do a little bit more. I think that would increase the reach and everything. Live streams certainly are treated quite a bit differently on YouTube than regular videos. That's for sure. I've noticed that difference. It gets pushed out to more people, something like that. We're not dead yet. We will be, but Ancient Imperiosaur, no lands. These are not the cards you're looking for. Obi-Wan Kenobi, also named Ben Kenobi. My name is Ben, so that's why I'm kind of drawn to Obi-Wan. These are not the cards you're looking for. These are not the dinos you're looking for. Watch me draw a Topiary Stomper. I jinxed it. I smacked that diamond player previously, the 4-color or Sultai, Ultimatum, whatever. I smacked them too hard. Then I had to be sent back and taught a lesson with mono green. Hey, that's all good. That's all good, 5 ways. Yes, I do like, well, I mean, I can appreciate Pleasant Kenobi's perspective. I think he gets too angry 2 times. Perhaps that's more a shtick than anything, but of course he is British. Yeah. I think that's naturally how they are, getting frazzled and maybe overly upset at stuff. There's too much product releases. This is horrible. How can people keep up? How about we keep up with what we want to keep up and consume what we want to consume? It's nice to have a wide variety for a wide variety of people. That brings more people into the game. I don't know. Something like that. Maybe somebody doesn't play Commander, so Commander spoilers and products don't register in their mind. There you go. Yes, why buy when you can buy dinos straight up? Oh, absolutely. It is interesting. Twitter, X, Twex, Trix, whatever you want to call it now. Yeah, lots of people can't be happy on Twitter. Speaking of X, I don't know how it's gonna take a long time to call it X now, but I'm thinking I'm gonna do simultaneous live on X, on YouTube, TikTok. I'm gonna maybe try and go live on like 4 things at once. Man, that would be crazy. Hopefully they don't have Make Disappear, Have No Fear. That's okay, because we will have a play next turn of Regisaur Alpha or Vivian Arcbow Ranger. Don't counter. See, look, what was I saying? I play the opponent's deck for him. Hashtag pre-recorded. There's not a whole lot of different stuff. It would be. Fiery Impulse may have only dealt... would have only dealt 2 damage, so certainly they're going to counter it. Stop us getting ahead by 1 forever. I would rather them keep burning the counter spells on Vivian. Of course, I do have a second copy in hand, so Regisaur Alpha, that would be nice to have that connect. Watch them kill Marauding in response to the counters being put on with 2 Fiery Impulses or Volcanic Spike. Not. Or it is still going to be 2 Fiery Impulses. Okay, nothing. They got nothing. What? Whoa. Huh, yeah. Reckoner Bankbuster, yes. Oh, okay. Reckoner Bankbuster is quite fantastic. I think it's used in Azorius Control. Okay, this is, creativity. I figured that could be the case. Ugh, rough. Oh yeah, gain the skills, face the challenge, 100%, I agree with that. Question is, I can grab Ancient Imperiosaur next turn. We're going to do that. We're going to make this Marauding Raptor massive. Actually, I might make the token massive, come to think of it. Yeah, that's going to be nice. Make the token bigger just so, we can safely attack with it. Of course, I still would imagine the Goblin blocks Marauding Raptor because they don't want to take 8. But now the token is a little bit closer to Marauding, so it's tough. Oh yeah. I've always been interested in Bankbuster. Seeing it used to great effect, absolutely. Bankbuster is usually not a bust, because it at least does something pretty good. I mean, Commander, EDH, whatever you want to call it, it's still a casual thing. Of course, everybody is going to want to win. Sometimes, of course, you don't win when the opponent gets that thing. But we know what we have to do against this. But yeah, overall, Commander, it's supposed to be casual. It's not consistent. It's somewhat consistent, but I've kind of shied away from it because I will only ever have 1 Marauding Raptor. I have to sprinkle in other dinos that maybe are not so great. But again, the idea of it is just to play with a bunch of people and hopefully you win. Hopefully you have that Soul Ring in your opening hand, pretty much. Get out your commander, whoever it is. Maybe I use Xenagos. I should make a Stacks Land Destruction board wipe counterspell commander deck. If I did play commander regularly, I'd probably do whatever the term is for tier 7, level 7, the most powerful decks, because I try to win. Of course, maybe not using the best variation of dinos, but I always want to be as competitive. That's mainly why I play best of 3. Best of 1 is more coin flip than anything, which isn't my favorite, but hey, you're playing a game, having a good time, getting her done. Vivian, though. We'll trim Vivian. Gotta trim something somewhere. 1 Xenagos. It would be nice to use my own Xenagos to beat this opponent at the very least. We've got something specifically for this matchup, so it's kind of nice to see it. We didn't see Lotus Field last night. Yeah, that was Oh, that's a tough one. If you're having a fun time playing a particular way, trying to win as much as possible, but then if the opponents don't get to do what they want to do, it's back and forth. There could be a good argument either way, so that is it is a tough one. There's two good sides, that's for sure. Play how you want or power down so that everybody has fun, but if you're not having fun, we're going to try for Cindervines. Yeah, good. We dodged the Fiery Impulse, I believe. That certainly could have been the case. Getting Huntmaster down, it has 2 toughness. It dies to Fiery Impulse. Certainly didn't feel safe in that particular moment. Oh yeah, it's hard to say. Maybe I'll get more experience with that. But just rolling up and playing dinos, people won't be too worried. And then I do something powerful with them. I cheat in a bunch of dinos and they're like, hey, that's too good. You're not allowed to do that. We're just here to have fun. But somebody's got to win. Huh? Will they kill? Will they counter? I believe they'll counter, but we'll still try something. We can only do one thing this turn, so let's try and do the thing that could get us ahead forever. Ping them. Good. Cindervines putting in the work. So like I said, if we can get Cindervines early as they start to build up and get to Indomitable creativity, Cindervines is going to ping them. Chip away. Oy vey. Yeah, I don't know. I've done this enough. EDH dinos would be, man, that would take a long time to build just because it is so different, I think. Be racking my head. Oh, what can I do? All the different options, just because the card pool is so big. There's probably something pretty cool. I've looked at basically every single green card that's legal in Pioneer. Most of the red cards that I could possibly ever want to use. So extending that further, yeah, that would be that'd be interesting. Sending Huntmaster to the bottom. I'm going to hope to draw a 5th land next turn, which is going to get me Skysovereign or Xenagos. We still don't turn on Topiary Stomper, but that's okay. Droll Disco, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. Long time no see. Ooh, there is that 5th land. A forest, that's odd. Why are we seeing a forest? Huh. Well, I'm going to try Xenagos. I think I would rather Xenagos get countered than Skysovereign. Or Ether Gusted. Or Disdainful Stroked. Huh. Cindervines already has done some good damage. Hopefully they don't take it out. Bounce it with Ether Gust or something like that. 100%. I think if I had to do something, it probably would be that Polyraptor combo. Supporting it, of course, with the wider card pool, I could go off with the Polyraptor combo, perhaps even more consistently than a regular 60 card constructed. Ooh. Yeah, it probably, now that you mention it, Polyraptor would be it. Man, look, Cindervines has dealt 5 damage for 2 mana. That's pretty good. I'll take it. And of course, Skysovereign is gross. We're still left with 1 for Cindervine's ability to sack, to take out. Yeah, oh man, this is exactly what I was hoping for. The Titan of Industry, yes. Oh, 12.2 thousand subs. Very good stuff. Might be nice if I could take some of yours, but that's okay. I know I'm doing something very narrow, the same thing over and over again, so it is understandable that it doesn't have as much reach. I went into this before the first video. I knew in the back of my mind kind of how this could go. And I was alright with it. Yeah. We took out the goblin. They are not making treasures. They have less things to target with creativity. They're not going to be doing a whole lot. Yeah, they take out Skysovereign. That's fine. Prismari Command potentially. Oh, okay. So they're just going to straight up play it. Interesting. Hopefully that Titan of Industry does not come true. That's going to be rough stuff indeed. But we do get Ghalta. Topiary Stomper to crew Skysovereign gets us to a total of 10 without paying mana. Yes, please. This is what it's all about. A creature makes more total power. We do this. We do Domri. We're still left with one. I don't know what the opponent is going to be doing here. Hit him hard. Get her done. Have some fun. Whew. They can't play Worldspine Wurm, that's for sure. They've played maybe one of their only Xenagoses. Seems to be. They have to take out Cinderbines before they go creativity. Indomitable creativity says destroy an artifact or creature, so they can't even destroy Xenagos because it has indestructible. The only creature or artifact they can target is Reflection itself. I think they're dead. Definitely. I don't see them getting out of this. Certainly nice that Skysovereign can fly over. If they don't take it out, they lose Reflection next turn when Skysovereign attacks. Bounce Ghalta with. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, yeah. Yes, the new Worldspine Wurm in Arena, but it certainly could have been Titan of Industry. That thing is very scary. Sometimes they do mix that in. I think they sprinkle it in more with Transmogrify. For 3 in a red, they exile target creature they control, and then they exile cards until they exile a creature from the top. Something like that. Sometimes people have just Titan of Industry. It might be just the tracks. It could be any flavor of stuff, but of course we do know that at least it is the Worldspine Wurm. We saw the combo. I think I might have to revisit the Polyraptor combo though, Victor, after you mentioned it. Man, it is always hard to resist it. Whenever somebody says it, I'm like, oh, man. Tempting. Maybe I should cheat out my own dinos. Somehow have Polyraptor as the only creature, so it is the only hit for creativity or Transmogrify. This hand though, it's reasonable. Bunch of lands, bunch of ramp. Not a lot of payoff at this point, but it certainly could have been worse. There's no Cindervines, which would have been nice, but perhaps they are very scared of Cindervines, so they're ready. They're waiting. Oh. Ask and you shall receive. Polyraptor does not always end in a draw though. You would want something that shuts off the combo. You either have to sacrifice Marauding Raptor, deal 3 damage to it, fling Marauding Raptor. After Marauding has pinged enough Polyraptors, it could be 30 power, 40 power, and yeah, you just do that, and you're off to the races. But sometimes it can. If it's just Polyraptor, just Marauding, it does end in a draw. People, it's fun to experience once, but it will lose you the game, unfortunately. I'm just going to go with Cindervines. We're going to play it safe. Cindervines for 2. Next turn potentially could be Huntmaster for 2 and Topiary for 2. But if we need to do it, it's Cinderines to maybe take out the Goblin. No, not the Goblin. The Goblin is not an enchantment or an artifact. I thought it was. It's just a regular creature token. Cinderines effectively does have hexproof as long as we have 1 mana up and a good target for Cinderines. They're never in their right mind gonna send an answer towards it because we can just sacrifice it in response, take out something good, and we're sitting pretty. Appears like they want to do the thing. We're going to try for Topiary instead, still leaving us with 1. I could have gone Huntmaster and Topiary, but I would have been completely tapped out. And I do sense a creativity combo coming up next turn. Or they know what Cinderines can accomplish, so they just won't do that. Whiskey. Oh, whiskey is nice. Everybody sounds like they're having fun tonight. That's good stuff. Enjoy at your leisure as long as you're not bothering other people. I don't see anything too wrong with it. Okay. Keep pinging them. Perhaps they don't realize what I can do. Hopefully they didn't read further down on Cindervines. It would be pretty nice to surprise them. We take out Reflection or the treasure. Let's see. Oh, this is good. This is good. Do it. No, we're waiting. Not. We'll get there. It would be nice to see another Cindervines. You can imagine if we had maybe 2 Cindervines down early. It certainly would have been pretty painful. They could also have it in hand. They're waiting for me to sacrifice the Cindervines and then they're going to do their stuff. Or they just target both tokens, which Cindervines cannot target. I say we pop it now because of that fact. Get some use. Modding on Twitch, man, everybody's on fire tonight. We're gonna draw out something. We're gonna test the waters. We're gonna see what they have, and we're gonna land that Cindervines coming up. I hope, potentially getting to 7 here. That'd be pretty cool. I just hope we're safe for a turn, because we will be tapped out with this. I want to try for something. And they're wondering. Oh, that is interesting. Sacrifice a bunch of... No, I'm not paying 2. I really did not want that thing to land. Okay, cross your fingers. It's not in hand. Whew. Oh boy. They get to discard 2 cards. So if it's not in hand, they're probably going to send both 2 cards to the graveyard and get it. I think they have it. They only sent 1 to the graveyard. They would have sent 2 if they didn't. Maybe they don't have it. Huh. I'll take it. No, they still could. They got a lot of treasures there. That is painful stuff. My goodness. Brotherhood's End would be nice, I must say. Taking out all of those treasure tokens. Maybe we can get the job done, but just having Regis or Alpha is going to be rough stuff. Shelter tickets, we could cycle it, see if we get something a little bit more impactful. We're still able to play Regis or Alpha. It could be a land. is a land, so we're left with at least one to still sacrifice Cindervines. Even though I do expect now with the Mutavault, it's going to be Mutavault and the Goblin token that are going to be targeted. But perhaps they mess it up. You never know. Certainly have seen some mistakes tonight from opponents, unfortunately. Nice bit of damage there. Oh, they're going to stop somebody. Yeah. Try and take out Huntmaster and watch me give somebody haste. I think they were considering that before they realized I could just do that in response. Maybe they want to bounce the token with Ether Gust. Or they just don't want to use a lot of their treasures because they're setting up for something. What could it be? Memory Deluge. Oh, well. They're digging. They're scared. Maybe their back's against the wall because they don't have the stuff. That's pretty good, huh? Nice chunk of damage. If they don't get it this turn... Oh, what's going on? Oh. Do I kill him? 2 damage, exactly lethal. What? Yeah. Do it. Do it.
Because that's why.
Hopefully I timed that just right for you guys. Wow. Maybe I'm going to keep Cindervines in. Maybe that makes me want to show you guys Chippy. Chipping damage, doing 2 damage, 1 damage, pinging, and getting the job done that way as an alternate win condition for Dinos. It's probably been at least a year. It might have been a year and a half since I was using Cindervines. No joke. Of course, when you've been playing like 4 years, that's not a crazy thing to say. But I mean, it won me the game. Otherwise, we would not have gotten the job done. That second game, Cindervines came down so early. For 2, I eventually dealt 5 damage, and then whenever I sacrifice it, that's another 2. So a total of 7 damage to the opponent, and destroying an artifact or enchantment for 1. So a total of 3 all around when you add it up. That's pretty darn good. Especially when you can do its thing at instant speed. You respond to usually what is an artifact. But sometimes they are targeting creatures, of course. Maybe that was their plan. Like I was thinking, get some goblins, get the Mutavault. I can't target either of those things with the Cindervines to stop Indomitable creativity. Yes, good game indeed. Phew. It's always scary. I'm just glad I got redemption against creativity after being thrashed by it, as some of us are. It's just kind of cool that the thing I brought into... Oof. Speaking of thrashing, we've got Keruga. 5 color Fires of Invention, Enigmatic Incarnation enchantments. That first hand only had 1 land plus Marauding, and it wasn't even a red source. I'm pretty sure. This is, I guess, technically better. 3 lands. Well, I could try it. Reasonable chance to see something for 3 or less. Oh, the clutchest of clutch. Cindervines, making them cry. Cindervines is going to be growing its tendrils into all the decks that I make for the near future, perhaps. Cindervines has planted its roots in the hearts and minds of all of us watching right now after that fantastic win. Ooh. They're really thinking about this one. Of course, if I have no early plays, always keep in mind, if there's nothing for Leyline Binding to exile, because you didn't have anything to play, Leyline Binding just sits in the opponent's hand, and that sometimes is nice. They get the Leyline Binding on turn 2 or turn 3, and then they go Fires of Invention, Enigmatic Incarnation on turn 4. They sacrifice the Leyline Binding, which is now locked out of being played with the Fires of Invention, and then they cheat out something for 7, as has often been the case. I'm going to try one mulligan. Oh, okay, it got better. It got much better. We'll play it safe. We'll send the costliest stuff to the bottom. Of course, Carnage Tyrant would have been nice. The Hexproof, well, that's safe forever. Of course, they could have Supreme Verdict or something like that. That's looking all right. It's always rough going down to 5 cards, though. It's fun. Or 4. I've won a few games going down to 4. Crazy. Well, it's a Dino. They have it. They do have it for 1, so we'll keep that in mind. We'll still go for Topiary Stomper. It's only enchantments. There is no counter spells, which is quite nice. Would be pretty funny if they did exile Topiary Stomper. They don't have Leyline Binding. They don't have it. They would have used it. It currently had cost 1. They had a forest, mountain, swamp, island, plains, all of the land types. They just drew it. Swamp, mountain, forest, island, plains. Yeah. That's pretty cool stuff. Actually, you know what? Domri, and we're going to cycle Sheltered Thicket. I want to get ahead. I want to get closer to something that does something. Of course, it could be nice to have the land, but it might be nice to get something big and impactful. We don't need any more lands at this point other than turning on Topiary Stomper. But getting to that Carnage Tyrant a little bit sooner may be nice. We are getting to Carnage Tyrant sooner, technically, by drawing 1 extra. I like it. Pretty good. We're certainly going to be smoking Risen Reef. There's no question about it. Use up all available mana that is lands and fight with the lovely Domri. I think it should work out. Hopefully they don't have a sweeper. Certainly I am surprised to see Risen Reef in enchantments. This could be elementals? No? Yeah, no, it is this. Alright. They don't have Enigmatic Incarnation. Maybe this is more focused on an elemental spin of 5 color fires. I can't do a whole lot with that mana because they have played 2 spells this turn, Fires and Omnath. So they're locked out of only doing stuff that has a cycling ability. Lands, of course. Atoir, the Soaring City. Beseju. Who knew? Of course, we don't have Carnage Tyrant or Tyrranax Rex anyway, so it's not a total loss that we lose it. And of course, hey, I'll get a Sheltered Thicket. Thanks for giving me a dual land. We didn't exactly need that, but shifting, lovely stuff to fight that Omnath. If you can take out Omnath, you take out Omnath. We don't lose shifting because Omnath has protection, or shifting has protection from blue, which means Omnath does no damage to shifting. It's like the only creature that has that. And it's a Dino, which is pretty sweet. Did we get him? as long as they don't have Supreme Verdict. Kenrith. That could be rough. Gonna gain a bunch of life. Touch the Spirit Realm. Ouch. That's okay. Let's get a creature. No more lands. I only have 22. No flood. No flood tonight. They can gain a potential 10. Oh, the Queen. Man, that's long. Okay, I swear it was shorter than that. The only copy I have of the Queen, which I still like. 2 copies, maybe. I've been using one a lot. Let's hope there's no Touch the Spirit Realm. That's going to be rough. Oh, yes. Oh. Whew. A clutch Cindervines, a clutch Galt. It's been a long time, quite a few nights actually, since she's done the thing. It's not win more. If it was pretty much any other creature, it would have been pretty bad. Of course, Ancient Imperiosaur. To make Ancient Imperiosaur as big as Galta, I would have had to tap those 3 creatures. I would not have also been able to attack with Regisaur and the token. So Galta, of course, is much more efficient in that regard, but Ancient Imperiosaur has the potential to get bigger than Galta, which can be nice. Hard to say. Oh yeah, it is nice to see people, they say Galta is win more. Oh, you have so much power that you can play her for cheap. You were already in a winning position. That's not the case. I wasn't able to attack with Topiary Stomper. I was not at 7 lands. And maybe it was a bunch of dinky little creatures that didn't quite make sense to attack. I was not the beatdown. But the second I drew Galta, I was the beatdown. And I certainly did it. But back to nature and Cindervines. I'm actually quite excited. Like I said, this is a lot of enchantment hate. The opponent is going to be crying. The lemons, their mood is going to be souring. We got to switch out something. So, a Xenagos. We got lucky. Excuse me, we got pretty lucky with Galta there. Seems to be a little bit laggy. Hopefully things don't cut out. Is there an extra something running? Maybe I should just check. Looks okay. Nothing out of the ordinary going on. Huh. Right, yes, Vivian. I'll trim that. 1 T-Rex. Yeah. I was thinking of trimming both Tyrranax Rexes, of course. Leyline Binding, which can be cast for 1 white or 2 in total, 1 in a white with all the different land types they have. Chances are they have enough extra lands to pay the Ward 4 cost pretty easily. So that can be pretty rough, especially or specifically against this deck. I think it was early on. Maybe people don't say it as much anymore, but I clearly remember people saying, ooh, it's just win more. It was a long time ago. I don't remember exactly where I read it. It could have been on Reddit or maybe some other forum, but people just don't like to lose to Dinos because they think you shouldn't be able to win with something like that. It has to be this, or this. Something else should not be able to be so good. I don't know. This deck does not have much enchantments. Maybe they have 1 or 2. This hand currently, I should probably mulligan this. I don't know. I'll take your guys' thoughts. A Cindervines and a Back to Nature. Is it really going to help? Oh yeah, I like to interact a little bit, but I don't say this is the best. Of course, dinos are not the best, but I try to do my best with them, with whatever my favorite spin is. And people don't like that. They don't like seeing somebody else have a good time, especially if they're not having a good time, which is why I like to try and help everybody have a good time, maybe get out of the funk that they're in. It's causing them suffering. I'm not going to go sit down. They don't have a source of white. Do they have a counterspell? We're about to find out. Let's hope that's not the case. Oh, bounce it. Take it out. Something. Nothing. Oh. Winota. I did not mind Winota, especially because a lot of the little things were elves, tiny creatures. So Winota specifically wasn't so bad. I used Flame Sweep, instant speed, 2 damage to each creature, and oftentimes I would just smoke Winota decks out of the water. It was pretty good. Field of the Dead as well, making all those zombie tokens. Flame Sweep or Rampaging Ferocidon to ping when all those zombies are made. Man, it was a beautiful sight indeed, I must say. Yes, it's interesting to see how people's experiences change Sheoldred. When Sheoldred was first spoiled with Dominaria United, people thought it wasn't that good. At least I read a fair bit. People thought, oh, this enters and doesn't immediately do something. It must be bad. Certainly that's not the case. Do I want to? I'm just going to go with Regisaur. They haven't played any enchantments yet. Let's get down 2 bodies. Maybe trade with a Bone Crusher. Not. Let's hope it's not Fires and Enigmatic this turn. Good. This is really good. I listened to my gut and I did something other than what I was thinking. But Topiary, 100%. Take out a Bone Crusher. Get one of those out of the way. Probably take out the other one when it blocks Regisaur Alpha, but it's still a decent chunk, and we have another Regisaur waiting. We can go Carnage Tyrant if we get that. We're looking good. Oh, yeah, of course that is not me whatsoever. What are they going to do? Oh, touch the Spirit Realm. That's pretty sweet. What are they going to exile? Oh, nuts. I wish we had something good to take out all enchantments. We do lose our Cindervines, but we do have a backup, of course, which is pretty good. Rampus Domri, so we're left with 2 for a future Back to Nature, and we'll just continue to smoke them. If they try to do enchantment-based stuff, they're dead. Yeah, I've never liked catering to the popular opinion. I do my research on both sides. I come to what seems to be the most sensible conclusion, or the one that I feel most strongly about. I certainly feel strongly about Back to Nature. That's the bee's knees. There's no question about it. That devastates this deck. And geez, are they going to exile Regisaur Alpha or? Oh, yeah, I can throw it a good game. We wait until Regisaur Alpha is exiled, so now it re-enters, and we get another token. No, no.
I am the one who died.
Are you using Back to Nature? Anybody? Are you having trouble against that particular deck? I'm happy I recorded that. It took me about 4 takes. 5 takes maybe, but it's pretty good. Pretty good for a first try. Alright. I'm just glad I got revenge against that particular deck, because it hosed me. Last night, I believe. It might have been the night before. A natural fit. Back to Nature. Natural fit. Nature's End. There's a lot of nature named and themed cards that destroy artifacts or enchantments. Makes sense, of course. Actually, what time is it? I forgot when I started. An hour and a half. We'll go at least another match here. I do have a bunch of cleaning I want to do. Maybe prepare for tomorrow's meal kits. Mostly I left all the meat that it came in the meal kit. There's chicken tenders, bacon, smoked bacon, ground turkey. I might just make a goulash or something. Fry all the meat up at one point and have a smorgasbord. Sprinkle on all the random spices. Life and Death Advocate. We've faced Life and Death Advocate before, so hopefully this is going to be a good showing. Taken them down a few times. I do believe they usually are playing something that involves Yorion, but it's certainly a reasonable hand. Nothing for 2, but 3 lands and 2 things for 3 is fine by me. Oh, man. Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. But I'd rather Topiary Stomper. We have to take out Wild Growth Rocker next turn. No questions asked. That has to die. Topiary Stomper is going to help us do that. Especially if they... Well, it's not going to help us do that. Okay. We drew out a Shieldred's Edict, which is quite nice on a Topiary Stomper, which we couldn't have attacked or blocked with. If they aren't careful, we're going to be getting... Well, we will get Carnage Tyrant next turn. I don't see them taking out both Marauding and Domri. Hostage Taker. Man, that's no fun. Goodness. It's fine by me. We still get the guy that I wanted to get. Boom. Thank you, Hexproof. The Battle of the Ixalan decks. Hopefully they don't make me sacrifice it. No Shieldred's Edict. Cross your fingers, please. Oh boy. Oh! Folks. Xenagos. This turn. Thank you. Oh my goodness. This is certainly where it's at. Bing, bang, boom. Ouch. Take out the Wild Growth Walker. Don't let that thing live. Don't let them gain life. Don't let it get bigger. Ow. Devastating. That's decent. That's like the only thing you need to do. Now you sprinkle in the early stuff and the mid stuff that allows you to get to this, and you should be good. What is this good against? What isn't it good against? Hexproof. And it's doubled every single turn. Do they have a counter spell? I don't think it really matters. I'll go with Regis. I don't think they have counter spells. They only have 3 left. No! Hey, I took down the deck that uses Xenagos already tonight, and then I gotta use him myself. But you must say, this and this, who isn't gonna have a hard time against that? Vivian, make Carnage Tyrant bigger with the counters. Domri, bigger with the counters. just gotta figure out what happens in the middle. I think Shifting Ceratops, still, that's my favorite dinosaur for 4. Definitely. 100%. Of course, your variation, Victor. I will admit, I did do better on it. That certainly was very fun that night, but this has its own merits, as, you know, we get to experience both together, or anybody watching. It's not bad. But what do we want to do against Sultai Explorer with Hostage Taker? Of course, Shifting. You know, Hostage Taker can't exile it because Hostage Taker is part blue. We got some elementals. It's a mismatch. A little bit. Let me think. No enchantments, really? Could probably keep it like that. Yeah. I'm not trying to copy other people. It certainly is my journey. Not that it's bad to maybe take inspiration, but something that also sets myself apart for good, for better or worse. These hands keep getting worse. One forest, mulligan. A one forest. It had to happen at least once tonight. Ooh. Well, we got to keep her. We got to send all that lovely stuff to the bottom. Man, it would have been pretty sweet to keep a few of those. Of course, I don't have high hopes for this. You never know. It would be pretty fantastic if I was able to pull out a win. Man, these are always the best ones if it works. We're just going to cross our fingers that they don't get any creatures that explore with the Wild Growth Walker. Whenever a creature they control explores, they put a counter on it and they gain 3 life. So they stack enough exploring things and they're going to run away with that life gain and a pretty big creature. Huh. Okay, this is going to be bad. Oh yeah, game 3 will be nice. Yeah. We got a thing we can play, and that's fine by me. I don't want Branch Walker to trade with Marauding Raptor. We may need that cost reduction. Branch Walker was a 2-1. I would still attack with them because maybe the Wild Growth Walker would have... Oh, well, we keep curving out. We went down to 4 and we get to do this. I'll take it. It's still rough. Marauding would go down to probably just the Branch Walker. Wild Growth Walker would take out Shifting. That's not good. That's not good. We'll wait one more turn. We'll see what happens, but it's getting away from us. It didn't miss. Okay. That's going to be it. Yeah. That certainly does us in. 6 life. 2 more. Well, hold on. We can do some interesting things. All-out aggression, of course, maybe they think it's a last-ditch effort. I'm gonna pretend like I have Embercleave. Ha ha ha, watch out. I just want Wild Growth Walker to be dealt enough damage that I can use Domri with somebody else to fight to take it out. Other creatures have died. That sort of thing. That's the main idea, as long as some creature is still living, but it may not. Interesting. Oh, okay. Maybe they figured something was up our sleeve. Huh. Ouch. What are they doing? Interesting. Okay, that's pretty good. Gotta take a few things at some point. I get that Jade Light Ranger back. They get explore things, which is rough. We have to do something. Man. Wait a few more turns, but I imagine it has gotten away from us. If we get a big creature, then maybe we can use Domri to fight Xenagos, potentially. Could be good. Doubling something, making it so big that it can straight up fight the Wild Growth Walker, because it is way bigger than it. 14 power, 13 toughness, something like that. Huntmaster not going to do it. No. Alright, game 3. But the Wild Growth Walker, as we saw there, they gained a bunch of life. It got big. No, we don't want that to happen. Clothis, actually. Maybe that's not. We'll leave it like that. Although I am kind of tempted, I must admit. Ancient Imperiosaur, it seems they don't have a whole lot of interaction. Perhaps there is a good chance to get to this thing. I do like the interaction of Skysovereign, pretty nice. Vivian, we can take out something. We can have a big thing. Use her -3. Take out that Wild Growth Walker. Very, very nice. Yeah, we'll leave it like that and hope the draws are a little bit better. Ghalta certainly could. I'm thinking. I'm going to work on an update to the list. 2 copies of Ghalta, maybe 3. Man, I've been missing her. But at the very least, like I say, I only play one thing, so we get a lot of perspective. What works really good, what doesn't work. What does it feel like when you have 1 copy of Ghalta for a month? It feels like it's been a month that I have been on 1 copy, and we certainly have not seen the Queen as much, which is good. We got information. This hand, though, may have been good if I had a source of red. Oh, I jinxed myself. It's the single forest hand mulligan. Ooh. Okay, at least it wasn't the same again. Gotta play it safe, send the most costliest stuff. Register Alpha is going to be nice again. Not a whole lot of interaction, so hopefully that means Marauding Raptor happens. Oh, absolutely. 4 copies of Ghalta. I have done 4 Ghaltas a few times. 4 Queen. I forget what I called it. Might have been 4 Queen. 4G. Pretty sure it was 4G, yeah. Hopefully they don't take out Darmy. I want to stick at 5 for Regisaur. And I don't think they have removal for a Planeswalker, so it's probably safe. It's not. We drew out a Shieldred's Edict at the very least. That's alright. Cavalier of Thorns, not so much. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting something. Xenagos next turn to double the token, make it a 6/6, or possibly Regisaur, but I think I might do the token. Of course, the token is more susceptible to removal, and 2 Cavalier of Thorns. That's not a pretty sight. No! Oh, okay. I almost thought for a second I drew Castle Garenbrig. It's Ghalta. Ugh. So this is Sultai Explore Hodgepodge. A lot of good, a lot of painful stuff. Yeah, enough said. It is doing the trick. Oh, we got it. We got the thing. Okay. All right. Field of Ruin. Too bad. We're going to do some stuff. what's the best stuff to do? They have lots of mana. They can fairly easily pay the ward 4 cost, but they can't do it this turn. We'll go with Carnage Tyrant just because we can attack with Carnage Tyrant because of Regis or Alpha. If something bad happens somewhere down the line, we do have the backup of T-Rex landing, and if we don't have Regisaur, that's okay. Start to take out the Cavalier of Thorns. Hopefully things don't go too bad here, but we'll do something. Maybe they feel a little aggressive and they attack with the other Cavalier, some other creature that they play, the Chupacabra. Ravenous Chupacabra. Okay, that's gonna hurt a little bit. Tyrranax Rex also could hurt. Take him out. Certainly happy that the token has survived through potential nasty stuff. Here's the good thing. Can they kill us next turn? Not with the creatures that they have. They only have 7. Tyrranax Rex will hit, and we'll see what happens. Maybe I draw another Xenagos, doubling T-Rex, making it a 16-16. Man, that would be mean. We'll see. It's our best bet at this point. Okay, that's pretty good. I did forget about Leafkin Druid tapping for mana, so they definitely played the ward 4 cost. Well, it would be dead next turn. Certainly could be dead with Regis or Alpha. Carnage Tyrant, I imagine, maybe is the safer bet, but they could have a Shieldwood's Edict, making us sacrifice it. You can imagine, though, having multiple T-Rexes. That's just good. You see one? Alright, you got a hit. They're at 4 poison counters. You play another one. You're going to connect with both of them. You may not deal enough to deal lethal, but as long as both connect, you get them to 12 poison, they're at least at 10, and they're dead. Ooh, no attacking, huh? They do have a few cards in hand. It could be pretty disruptive, but that's alright. We're getting some bodies. We're doing a thing. We're getting more lands. Certainly nice to have more basics tonight. Not running out yet. We wait. We've entered into a bit of a staring contest at this point. I guess they'll play Yorion. Bouncing Ravenous Chupa. Oh, okay, the big Hydroid Crassus. X for 10. Huh. That's not good. So they gained 5 life, they drew 5 cards, and they got a 10-10 trample flying. Fatal push. Ouch. Well, it's not the end of the world. We get to take out a Cavalier, we get to take out a Chupacabra, and maybe we can make something happen somehow. Probably not. Well, let me think. Now, Shieldred is going to make us sacrifice either Shifting or Carnage Tyrant. Shifting could have blocked Hydroid Crassus, I think completely, but still actually I think the trample damage would have continued through. Hydroid Crassus doesn't deal any damage to Shifting, so I think maybe that means no damage happens to anybody, even myself, even with the trample from the Crassus, with that protection from blue, but I'm not completely sure. Yeah, that was pretty good overall tonight. I'll leave it there for now. Some pretty fantastic wins, a good time, a good chat overall. Victor, lots of people. It's a crumb on my phone. Yeah, 5 ways. Anybody else watching right now later on, hopefully you had a good time, good games, good night. Have a good rest of your time zone, whenever it is, wherever it is you are watching, and see you next time. Peace.